Hey guys, Belen with Heart and Whimsy. Today I have a fold-out pocket tutorial to share with you using the September Cocoa Daisy kit. And this is a pocket that I've shared in I think my last couple of layouts. And I've gotten a lot of questions about how to make it. So I'm going to show you today. It's really easy, really quick. It's perfect for ring binders, which is what I use. And this one here just happens to be a double-sided pocket, but I'm going to show you how to make just a single pocket. And then once you learn that, you'll know how to do the back side if that's what you want to do. So this basically is attached, securely through the rings on this side, and then the holes on this side have been punched to allow me to just stick it right in here and secure it, and then pull it off when I'm done. So I use an A6 rings, which is the perfect size for this paper that comes in the Cocoa Daisy kit. So I am going to take, I'm going to take both of them. I'm going to fold them in half. Now, I'm not super exact when I do things. If you want to, you can get a scoreboard and make sure that it's perfectly even. I don't tend to do that, but it's totally okay if you want to. So I just folded it in half. I'm going to take a bone folder, and I'm just going to just kind of help crease that edge a little bit. This one's a little off, so I'll try to fix it here. Again, using this to kind of reinforce that edge and give me a nice crisp fold. Same thing here. So if you are not in an A6 rings, then just trim down your paper to whatever size you need. I use 2 because one is going to be the pocket, and then obviously one is going to be the inside. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to fold it this way to add some contrast. Okay, so we have our 2 folded pieces of cardstock here, and then what we need to do is trim the pocket. So you can take your pocket up, I think you can see on this one here, I didn't take the pocket all the way to the top, whereas like on this one that I made a couple of months ago, I did. I took the pocket all the way to that top corner, so it's really up to you. So I am going to take the one that's going to be my pocket. I'm going to fold it in half. Oops, I'm a little bit off here. So let me see if I can fix that. All right. So I know that I want my pocket to kind of go on the diagonal this way. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to trim it this way. So again, you can be as exact as you want to be. I just kind of eyeball it. I put it in the corner here, the corner along the cut line of my trimmer, and then I kind of just see how far I want to take it. And if it's, if I cut it not enough or not enough of an angle, you can just redo it. It's no problem. Or take off a little more. So now I've cut it, and you can see that it fits right into this. So I already have a pocket. Now, if I want to take that down a little bit further, I absolutely can. So I'm going to put it back in here, and maybe I want to take it, something like this. So now when I put it in here, the pocket doesn't necessarily go all the way to the top, and if I want to make it lower, I can just cut it at more of an angle. So let's do that. So you'll see a lot of this for me is just trial and error. I don't worry too much about, if it's super exact. I just kind of work it until it works for me. So hopefully I'm not shaking the camera too badly. All right, let's see how this works. Okay, this works perfectly for me. So what we need to do now is attach the pockets to the inside. But first, I like to put a little cut mark here just to allow for expansion, for when you put things in your pockets, that there's just the slightest little cut right here. So I am going to do that by folding it closed, taking some scissors, and just giving it the tiniest little cut. And that might be a little much, but that's okay. That works too. So now you'll see you have this little tiny indentation right here that allows for some expansion. So next we're going to use adhesive. Now you have your choice. You can use like a glue stick like this, which I do use. And I also sometimes just use a tape runner. So right now, just for the sake of being speedy with this tutorial, I'm going to use the tape runner. So I'm going to, obviously you're not going to put adhesive on these top edges because that's where your pockets are going to be. But I am going to run adhesive all along, all along the edge here. And if you use glue stick, it does make, I think it reinforces your pockets a lot better. So sometimes I'll start off with adhesive and then realize that I need to come back and add in some glue stick, and that's fine too. All right, so now I have them done. Now you want to try to position them, you know, as carefully as you can, because the back is sticky. Whether it's, you know, if you're using the glue stick, then you have a little bit of wiggle room. But if you're using the tape runner, there's not a lot. I mean, once it's down, it's pretty much down, because I use the permanent adhesive. So let me try to see if I can line this up here. And like I said, if it's not perfect, not a big deal. So I got one kind of down. That one could be adjusted just a little bit more. Let's see if I can get that. And I have been known to go in and even trim the edge if it's gotten a little too wonky on me. I don't have a problem with doing that either. That's fine. All right. So I have a little bit of extra tape runner on here that I'm just trying to get off the edges. And also, you know, pressing down to make sure that there's good adhesion. So here we have this pocket already. So it's actually going to open this way. I use, the good thing about the Cocoa Daisy is that the paper that comes with it, it's coordinating. Everything coordinates in the kits, and I love that. So the great thing here is that I took coordinating paper, and, you know, one's the outside and one is the inside. So now we have our pocket. Easy peasy. I mean, that took like a minute or 2 minutes, just really fast. So next what we need to do is punch our holes. So my holes are gonna get punched this way, and I'm gonna show you, let's see, if you have a good enough paper punch, you can do both sides. Mine may or may not work. We're gonna give it a shot. So let's see what happens. And I'm just using my bone folder to crease that edge a little bit more. And, oops, I got a little adhesive on there. So see this little bit here? If that bothers you, or if you're not totally aligned, just feel free to trim that off. We can do that now by just running it right through this trimmer. Let's see if I can get that. There. So I just trimmed that little bit off. Now we're good to go. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside and back to punching the holes. So the holes are going to go in this way. We will try to see if my paper punch can handle it. Let's give it a shot. The camera's probably going to get shaky. And my paper punch can't do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to just punch one side. Then I'm going to just try to line up the other side. So if it's not super perfect, it's still okay. You can always go back and kind of clean it up with a regular, like, handheld paper punch. And not perfect, but not horrible. I still think it works. Let's see. Yeah, my holes are misaligned here, but I can either get a paper punch, which I don't have handy right now, or I can just put it back in here and punch it a little more. And so, you know, like I said, I don't worry too much about being super exact. I just want it to kind of, you know, I just want it to move smoothly in the rings. Okay, so hopefully that will work better. All right, so now it's punched. Holes are in on both sides. This side is what you're going to secure in your rings. But this side here is what you want to be able to take out and secure back in. So what you do is you're just going to take your scissors and you're going to trim out just the littlest bit here. Can you see that? It's just a little bit that I'm trimming out. And I'm going to do that to each hole. Now, this isn't a pocket that, you know, like I invented. I saw it somewhere on, I think on Pinterest, and I made my own. So I think like this month was the first time that I added the two-sided pocket. So you can kind of play with it, see what works for you. And there are a bunch of different tutorials for pockets and different things that you can add to your planner to make it, you know, your unique and your own. So that's always fun to do. So here are the holes. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is just put it right into my planner. We'll take this pocket out. We'll put this pocket in, close the rings, and then to secure it, you just push it right in. See, that's secure. Nothing's gonna fall out. And then to take it out, you just peel it right off. Secure it again, sticking it back in the holes, and again, you can just take it right off when you're done. And then the fun part is filling your pockets. So I love to fill it with, you know, different things from the kit, ephemera that I might have laying around my studio, paper clips, just different things. And if you want a double side to it, like I said, you would just simply take this front part here that we cut the pocket out of, and you would add an identical one to the back to make it sort of like this, see? So it's a really easy, fun thing to do to add, you know, just a little something extra to your planner. And who doesn't love to have tons of pockets to add more stuff in? I know I do. So I hope that you have found this quick little tutorial helpful. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them below or send me a message on Instagram. Either way, I'm happy to answer questions. And enjoy your pocket. Thank you very much for following along, and happy planning.